Hey yo, what it do YouTube? It's your boy Alvin MB10 aka AMR10, and what I got for you today happens to be some more NBA 2K22 Next Gen. More specifically, what I have for you today happens to be a glitched small forward Kawhi Leonard build with an NBA 2K22 Next Gen, and let's just say I'm quite proud of this thing. Now this happens to be one of the best two-way small forward builds you can possibly get in this game, and as you can guess, I mainly modeled it around Kawhi and really tried to match his gameplay as best as I could. Now, what you are witnessing right behind me, or the video playing right behind me, happens to be the process of setting up this here glitched build, as I know a bunch of you do enjoy seeing the process because it helps you in making the build yourself. So here you go. As you can see, we start off by setting the height to 2.31 meters. Sorry, 2.07 meters. We set the wingspan to 2.31 meters and the weight to a max of 113 kilos before proceeding to max out the build as quickly as we can. As most of you know, this is the process for glitching out builds, and it happens to be quite a long one. I do gotta ask though, how many of you have seen the NBA 2K23 gameplay trailer that's come out? I'm talking both the general trailer they dropped for the cover, which happens to be the Devin Booker trailer where he talks about greatness is not, it's not something that is not achieved, it's just something we all have to obtain at some point. And then the Michael Jordan trailer where it looks like they're bringing back the whole MJ challenges from NBA 2K11. Because I've seen them and they haven't exactly got me giddy for the game, but the thing is, I'm not gonna lie, I will be copping the game because, as you know, we do enjoy playing 2K. Now, again, after we've switched the measurements over to Imperial, we reduce the height down to 6'5", bring the weight leave it where it is, leave the wingspan at 7'2" and body shape at solid. Then again, proceed to max out the attributes because, again, with glitching builds, it is a long process. But whilst we're here, I do gotta say big old shout out to all of you for all the support you've been showing to the channel. For those of you who don't know, we are currently sitting on like 975 subscribers, aka we are so close to that 1,000 subscriber mark. It is insane. So as my new overlay says, if you like today's video, do me a favor, go and drop a like on the video. If you have a comment that you want to tell me, whether it's a new build video or just general comment you want to talk about, do me a favor, go and drop that comment down below. Don't forget to share the video because it helps us with growing this channel. And lastly but not least, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as turning post notifications on by clicking that bell because it helps with the YouTube algorithm. Plus, it helps me in growing this channel and getting way closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark that we are currently on the road to. Now, back into this build, we switch it back over to metric, head back into the same build that we were in before, go all the way down, proceed through the basic stats. And now when it comes to body settings, what we want to do is firstly reduce the weight down to 80 kilograms. Then you want to increase your height slowly until you get to about 2.05 meters. At this point, you'll know you've done it right because you'll have an 86 kilograms in weight. And then wingspan wise, as you can guess, you bring it up to 2.31 meters. Now, the next thing to do is obviously body shape. I personally just left it as, defined because I do enjoy messing with this game like that. And then again, we have to go through the process of maxing out the attributes because again, this glitching builds process is kind of long. Hopefully in 2K23, do I want to see glitch builds in 2K23? I'm not gonna lie to you. If they get rid of him, I wouldn't be too offended. The one thing I do want to see in 2K23 happens to be rewarding defense, because as I've said numerous times, it feels as though 2K has made it that you can play as much defense as you want, but you will still get burnt no matter how good of a defense you play, because it loves to bail people out. Because the fact that people are hitting fadeaway threes in corners, drifting threes, all this non-stop, that should tell you how little 2K really values defense when it comes to this game. Now, that was the last part of setting up this glitch build. Once you have done that, you can proceed back to the My Career screen, head over to the build that you were adjusting before, edit build, and ladies and gentlemen, there you go. There is your glitched base for a small forward build. And now I'm gonna take you through the process of how you turn this into a glitched Kawhi Leonard build. Okay, hopefully a lot of you are still with me after that long build process. As we said before, Kawhi Leonard, starting small forward, right-handed jersey number 2 for the Los Angeles Clippers. Height-wise, Kawhi does come in at a 6'7" height. Weight-wise, I decided to drop him a little bit down. I know he weighs about 210 pounds or something, but I decided to keep him down at about 180, as well as giving him a wingspan of about 7 feet tall. If you want to see how this build is glitched, I would insist you compare this to an average, normal 6'7" small forward build. Hopefully I add that in. If I don't, I'm so sorry. Remind me next time and I'll probably post it in the comments. Body shape we are going to find. And yeah, getting straight into the skill breakdown. First things first, I will be messing with a close shot where I decided to go up to an 81, mainly because I do enjoy getting gold mouse in the house on these particularly bigger builds, especially if it's a bigger guard or a small forward, power forward, or center. I always do prefer getting mouse in the house because often some people do run screens or switches, in which case you can find yourself matched up against a tiny point guard and abuse them. And then when it came to the driving layup, I decided to go with a 75 because the truth of it is, you will be driving at the hoop, but more often than not, you'll be driving the dunk. So we decided to go with an 84 driving dunk, and we also decided to go with a 70 on the vertical because we wanted the ability of getting pro contact dunks, which from me checking, this is the stats you do need, an 84 driving dunk and a 70 vertical. So that's why I went so low with the driving layup, because I figured if you're driving to the hoop more often than not, you're trying to bang it on somebody. If you're really not and you're afraid of somebody getting to the tin before you, you'll most often try and pump fake, and then hence that's where that close shot comes in with an 81, because you do have the ability of getting silver grace under pressure. Now, the last thing to mess with finishing wise happens to be the post control. I decided to go with a 76 because it allows us to get majority of the post badges being back down punisher, drop stepper, as well as post spin technician and dream shake at least a gold, with dream shake being Hall of Fame. As you can see, that gives us a grand total of 21 finishing badges, which I know is not a lot, but trust me, when you see the rest of this build, it really does make sense. The next, not weak point, but the next point of Kawhi's game that I decided to mess with was the playmaking, because it happens to be one of the ones where he's half decently good, but it's not something that we majorly know him for. So I went with an 84 when it comes to ball handle, 81 when it comes to speed with ball, and a 78 when it comes to the pass accuracy. I really forgot why I stick with a 78 when it comes to the pass accuracy, but I think it's mainly because I wanted to get majority of the badges at silver. To get silver dimer, I'm pretty sure I need an 80 pass accuracy, which, yeah, burns too much points. But I go with a 78 because it allows me to get things along the likes of silver bullet passer, silver needle threader, post playmaker, not unpluckable, as well as floor general. Now, as you can see, that allows us to finish with a grand total of 25 total playmaking badge points. Now, shooting wise, this is where I decided to mess with things a little bit. Usually I do try and give the best shooting stats I can to builds, or at least that's what I used to do because I felt like it was the right thing to do for you guys. But I need to remember the aim of these videos is making builds as close to the players as we can. So I decided to go with an 88 when it came to the mid-range jump shot, because an 89 only gave me Hall of Fame set shooter, which I really don't believe is worth burning all the points. And then when it came to the three-point shot, I decided to go with a 78 because it allowed me the ability of getting gold corner specialist as well as silver catch and shoot and dead eye. And then with the free throw, obviously I do got to go with a 76 because I want you to have the ability of taking this build into the rec as well as using it within the park, because without the free throw, trust me, I've taken a few no free throw builds into the rec and I've been really murdered for it, because then I have to play off the ball because I don't want to get fouled. Now, defensively, this is where this Kawhi Leonard build really stands out. We decided to go with a 94 when it came to the perimeter defense, as you can guess, allowing us to get Hall of Fame clamps as well as ankle braces, defensive leader, off-ball pest, hustler. Like, what more do you need? And tireless defender with gold menace. I really don't know what you need for. What the hell do you need for Hall of Fame menace? 95 perimeter defense, kiss my ass. Anyway, next thing, steal, we decided to go with a 90 because, as you can guess, we did want that Hall of Fame interceptor as well as that gold pickpocket, because that boy Kawhi defensively is stout. And then when you see his passing lanes, he really does abuse them. And then when it came to the block, we went with a 65 because, as you can guess, we are chasing that silver intimidator. As you know me, I always try and get the highest level of intimidator I can get, and as you can see there, the highest I could possibly get was a silver, so I decided to keep it at a 65. And then obviously when it comes to rebounding, first things first, I do always got to go defensive side of the ball first, because the truth of it is, you will find yourself crashing more defensive glasses than offensive, because offensive, they'll have their center really close to the hoop, whereas defensive, you have the chance that yours is boxing out. And then when it came to the speed, I decided to go with a half decent stat of an 85 on the speed, an 85 when it came to the acceleration. And then when it came to the stamina, as you can guess, we just maxed it out as far as we could at an 88. Now, as you can see, in total, that allows us to finish with 21 finishing badges, 25 shooting, 25 playmaking, and 20 defensive. Key thing here being we have the ability of getting Hall of Fame clamps, Hall of Fame fadeaways, Hall of Fame downhill, as well as Hall of Fame Dream Shaker. Basically, the key things about this build is finishing-wise, can finish with contact dunks as well as the ability to finish at the hoop after that pump fake like Kawhi normally does, which we see him do quite a lot. If you watch him play, he loves to get to the hoop. If he's not going up with a dunk, he'll pump fake somebody, get them up in the air, go straight up. Shooting-wise, we do have the ability of just being a knockdown shooter from mid-range, which if you have seen Kawhi, again, knockdown shooter from mid-range. Our three ball is not too high, which makes sense because Kawhi is not one of the best three-point shooters. I'm pretty sure he shoots just below 40%, if I'm not correct. And then when it comes to playmaking, we have the ability of taking people one-on-one, breaking them down, and getting straight to the wherever we want, aka getting to our spots, as Kawhi does, as well as the ability of moving the ball here and there when we see traps coming. And then defensively, as I said before, Hall of Fame clamps allowing us to really stop as much BS as we want. 90 steal, which allows us to play the passing lanes immensely, and then the 65 block, which allows us to really contest shots, plus with that 7-foot wingspan, we can do a lot, and then a 78 defensive rebound for crashing the defensive glass, and the 48, just in case you really want to crash the offensive, which, yeah, really is amazing to me. That's a grand total of 91 total badge points, and with it being Thursday, if you have somehow managed to finish all of the NBA 2K22, sorry, this ain't even going up on Thursday, this is going up on Sunday, I got the days confused. With it being Sunday, you might have finished all the Season 8 of NBA 2K22 Next Gen, in which case you have 8 total badge points to spare, and if you manage to rebirth the build, which I'm assuming you have, that gives you a total of 12 on top, sorry, max, so that gives you a grand total of 103 total badge points on this year Kawhi Leonard build. First things first, you got to go with pull-up precision because, again, Kawhi Leonard loves to get to his spots and just pull up with a defender in his face. And then for the second takeover, you do got to go with extreme clamps because, again, this is Kawhi Leonard, a.k.a. the Claw, a.k.a. one of the best defensive players we've ever seen in this game. Now, what 2K says we have happened to build here is a two-way playmaker, the likes of Jimmy Butler, Peja Stojakovic, and Kawhi Leonard. This is the second video in a row that we managed to get the player in the shades of. I am quite proud of myself because we are staying true and honest to these builds, and it is really showing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's build video, which if you did, don't forget to do me a favor and drop a like down below. If you're new to the channel and you ain't done so yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we are on the road to 1K and we are really making pace. And if you have a comment on a specific build or a comment on how you'd improve this build, do me a favor and drop that down below in the comments because I do enjoy interacting with you guys. Anyway, it's been your boy Alvin MB10, aka AMR10. I'll catch you in a bit. Deuces.